Hello and welcome to the course on C Programming Learn to Code series. This is the third lecture of Unit 3, and in this lecture we will discuss about if-else statement. Suppose your program contains n number of statements, and out of those you want to execute some of the statement upon satisfying some condition, and you want to skip some of the statement when the condition fail. So in that situation you are going to use if-else statement. To give you a feel about if-else statement, I have taken a small example over here. You can see a person is coming out of his home with his mobile phone, and he is thinking on his mind that if my smartphone battery is less than 20%, I will recharge it, else not. So that means there will be a condition involved. If his mobile phone's battery is less than 20%, then he need a recharge. Otherwise he don't require to recharge the mobile phone and he will go out home. So this type of situations are slightly matching with your if-else statement. So let's begin the detailed discussion on this if-else. Okay, so if you I just wanted you to recall the category of control structures, and today we are here. In the last lecture we have completed this if statement, and in this lecture we will talk about this if-else. So let's begin. Let us first understand the syntax of if-else statement. Here you can notice this is this part. This is in this box I have specified one syntax, and in another box I have specified the second syntax. There are two syntaxes, that is depending upon how many statements are present in your code, that will depend upon the condition. So this is a single statement body syntax. This is a multi or compound statement body syntax. So you can see here you need to write something like this. If you have a single statement in your if-else condition, then you are usually use the syntax. So what is the syntax says? You need to write if, then inside the bracket you need to write your condition. If this condition gets satisfied, then statement this statement gets executed. So this T stands for your true. If the condition is true, this statement gets executed. If the condition becomes false, then this statement gets executed. So that statement which is executed up when the condition becomes false need to be written after else statement. So here there are two keywords you are going to use, that is if keyword and else keyword, to represent your program. Well, and you should not use a semicolon after this condition, otherwise these are not included in the if statement and it will show you a abnormal behavior. Well, so if your program contains a single statement, then you need to follow the syntax. But if your program have lots of statement depend upon some condition, then you need to follow this syntax. Here you can notice the difference is you have multiple statement, those are depending upon the condition, and it need to be represented within two curly braces shown over here. Okay, so and we can say these are compound statement or body of the if statement. So this is the body of if statement, and similarly within another two curly braces you need to specify other statements to be executed if the condition becomes false. So this is called your body of the else statement. Okay, and this is the condition upon which compound statement is executed is depend upon this condition. If the condition is true, then this part gets executed, and if the condition becomes false, these statements gets executed. Further, I want to add one point over here. Even if you have a single statement and you want to enclose it within your curly braces, then there will be no problem. The compiler will not show you any error, rather it will execute in a similar fashion. So there will be no error. So you you should not be worried about whether you have to put curly braces or not. Okay, but it is mandatory whenever there will be multiple statement and you have skipped this curly braces, then your program will show you abnormal behavior. Okay, anyway, so let us go to the discussion of the flowchart, how the things gets executed. I have already shown you the body of this if statement and the body of else statement. So here is the text expression which is represented with a rhombus over here, so that is the conditional statement. If this condition or the text expression, which is the text expression, this condition is generally called text expression. Here also the condition is generally represented as text expression. So you need to represent or write your condition so inside this rhombus. And if the condition becomes true, then body of the if statements get executed. If the condition becomes false, then body of else statement gets executed. After finishing, that means either of the one will be executed, and after finishing you can go to the next statement if any in your program. So this is the simple structure of means if else control structure, or the syntax of if else control structure. Now let us move towards writing some programs, and we will see how to use these syntax to solve our problems. So now I'm opening my VS Code. So I have already created two files. One file is big2 and second one is evenodd.c, big2.c. So I'm going to solve two problems using your if else statement. The first program that I want to show you is your write a program to find bigger number among two number. Okay, so this is the first program that we are going to solve. So to do that, we have to take two variable obviously. So let us first write the header file as include stdio.h. then we need to write your void main. You can use your if int main also, then in that case you need to write your return 0 statement. Well, so I have taken void main. Now what I am going to do is I'll take two number. So int a comma b. So this is the two variable for which I am going to take inputs. So printf enter two numbers. Okay, well, enter two numbers semicolon, then scanf %d comma ampersand a ampersand b. Okay, so now that we have taken I have taken two number, that is a and b. Now I need to check which number among them is bigger. So what I'm going to do it for that, so I'll use your if else statement, and in this program I don't require to use curly braces because my statement of the body of the statement or body of if and else statement is a single statement. So let us write it. If a greater than b, then what will happen? I need to printf the bigger number is equal to %d comma a. So I need to print a. If a greater than b, if this condition gets satisfied, then a value is getting printed. Then we need to write your else statement. So we don't require your curly braces because I am having only one statement inside the else statement, so I am removing that curly braces. So printf the bigger number is b. Okay, so that's all. I think the program is completed. So let us run this program and see what is the output of this program. So you can see this is a very simple program that I have written, and in this program there are only one statement that is depending upon this condition. So if you run this program, definitely it will ask you two number. So let me enter the two number. Let's say 35 and 76. So you can see the bigger number is 76. Let us run it again, and you can see he is asking another two number. So let's say this time I am giving the bigger number as a, so 98 43. So you can see 98 is bigger. So this is how the simple program works. That means you have taken two number, and if a greater than b, if this condition satisfied, then the first statements get executed. If the condition is not satisfied, then this statements gets executed. Okay, So similarly we can solve another problem, that is your even and odd. So let us do that. So write a program to check a number is even or odd. Okay, so this time I'll use the curly braces. Even if I am having one statement to execute, I will use curly braces and I'll show you that the program does not show any error and it will execute fine. So let us include the header file first, as include stdio.h. Then we need to write void main. Then we need to declare a variable. A single variable is enough because we want to check that number is even or odd. So let me take the input printf, enter an integer. Okay, then scanf %d and %n. So I have taken that number. Now I need to check it. If n %2 is equal to 0, that means if the remainder of the number is 0, then we need to take the curly braces again. So printf n is even. Okay, so I'm trying to write it inside the curly braces. Else, then printf n is odd. You can obviously print the value of n, so there will be no issue, but I'm just writing the statement. Now the beginner, if you are a beginner and you are learning the programming for the first time, you may be finding difficulty in this program. So let me explain this program in a detailed manner. Okay, so you might be confused about that n %2 is equal to 0, how it came, but still I will tell you how it is coming. So you can see in the first statement, that is int n, a variable n is getting declared and you have entered an integer. Let's say you have entered 25 maybe. Then what happened in this particular case? You need to write n %2, and remember, whenever you are using n %2, then the division will be occur and the remainder is the output of this particular statement, n %2. So that means when you divide 25 with 2, so this will be 12 to the 2 12s are 24, and you will get a remainder 1, and this 1 is actually the output of this n %2. So the output is 1. So for n is equal to 25, what will happen? The output of this n %2 is 1. So 1 is double equal to 0, the condition becomes false, because this double equal to checks the similarity. That is why the condition becomes false, and if the condition becomes false, then this statement gets executed. So that means 25 is an odd number. Similarly, if you are taking n as, let's say, 24, then 24 divided by 2, 2 12s are 24, and you can see the remainder is 0. So in this particular case, what will happen? So this n %2 becomes 0, so 0 is double equal to 0, the condition becomes satisfied. So if this condition becomes satisfied, this statement is getting executed and it show you n is even. Okay, so this is how you are going to solve this problem. Now I think I should print the value of n over here. So we can do something like this. We can write %d. %d is a even number. D is an even number, and we need to write comma then n, because I want to print the value of n over here. So %d is an odd number. Then we need to put comma then n. Okay, so that's all for this program. Let us run this program and see what is the output. So you can see enter an integer. So let me enter 24. 24 is an even number. Let me enter another number, let's say 79. 79 is an odd number, and so on. So I hope you understand what is the concept of even and odd, and how to find even and odd using your if else statement. So you can see that you can specify the curly braces if you don't have multiple statements also. But if you have multiple statement, then definitely you have to use multiple statements. If you have multiple, definitely you have to use this curly braces. Okay, so that's all for the today's class. I hope you understand everything that I have explained today. If you have still any doubt, you can post your queries on the comment section. Goodbye.